Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Tech with Jabs. So today's episode, I'm just going to be giving you guys a couple of tips on how to protect yourself from cybercrime. Okay, so many people actually get excited during the festive season, and I mean, you've got a lot going on. I mean, at the moment, right now, we've got like Black Friday, got like weeks of discounts, etc. So the challenge with those periods is that people often start becoming less cautious because they're excited about the bargain, they're excited about the deal. Well, think of it this way: in as much as people are excited about the bargains and the vouchers, etc., criminals are also excited about ways that they can scam or rob you. But there are a couple of things that you can actually do to minimize the risk of this. First thing, guys, updates. I cannot stress the value or the importance of updates. Always keep all your devices updated. And you might actually not see a lot of value in this because I know normally on your phone, for instance, you'll get an option to update now, and you might say no later. Same thing on on some of your PCs or some of your computers, and you'll get the option to update. Some of the updates are automatic, which is great, but sometimes you are given the choice whether to update now or update later. I cannot stress this enough, guys. Make sure your systems are up to date. Your systems being up to date can be the difference between you getting hacked and not getting hacked. And you can just imagine, especially if you're doing a lot of payments on your different using your different devices, you want to make sure that your system is has as little as possible vulnerabilities. You want to make sure that your system uh, is not exposed. Another thing as well to consider is free software. Yeah, guys, we love it. We all love free software. I mean, I remember when I was studying, looking for movies, and you get excited about which sites you can find the latest movie in HD, etc., etc. You get excited. But as you grow, you start to realize that what you think is free is actually might not be so free because it may come at a cost, and that cost may be someone actually stealing your identity. So something to be wary of. And also another challenge that you might have is you might not be the only person using your device. So if you're a parent and you've got a, a child and you often do work on your PC, and your child, for instance, likes to watch movies or download games, especially the free games, vulnerabilities are introduced just like that to your system. So it's something to be extremely wary of. Making sure your system is updated, for one, can go a long way in basically preventing some of the issues that could arise from the various vulnerabilities in your system. There are many tools that attackers are actually using these days to try and attack our different systems. So I won't mention them all today, but what I can say is things like clicking on links that you, from various sites or various people. Be very careful of clicking on links, because what often happens is you click on a link and you expose your system to attack. And yeah, sure, when you look at it, you think it's no, it's just the pop-up. It's an irritation. This pop-up is an irritation, but you don't know what's going on in the background when the system is actually logging your every move and stealing your information piece by piece, or bit by bit. So yeah, so I'd say, guys, when it comes to protecting your systems, be very, very cautious. Something also that I can add is your passwords. Guys, passwords are not for life, and I know we get comfortable using the same password, and it becomes an era of comfort because you don't have to remember it. You just know you use the same password across various sites or various systems. Make sure your passwords are very strong. Don't use simple passwords like your name and the number, like one whatever Tom 2468 and basic passwords like that. Try and make sure your passwords are as complex as possible. There are password managers as well. It might not be necessary per se. Just make sure that from time to time you do change your passwords. Don't keep the same password for 10 years, guys. You're exposing yourself to attack. And yeah, I'd say at the top of my mind, those are just some of the basic ways that people get attacked online. I mean, nowadays it's so easy. You can literally create a replica of your most favorite sites. That's what some of these criminals are doing. Replica of your most favorite sites, and they send you a link, and you go to their site. You think you're signing into your site, but no, you're actually signing into a fake site. And then once they steal your username and password, they redirect you to the actual site. Simple, simple, simple. So really, guys, be wary and be careful, and don't just click on any link. Again, I have to say that again. Don't just click on any link. Be cautious. Rather, go onto the site that you trust yourself and search for items and trust links. There is also a useful site called haveibeenpawned.com if you want to check and see if your data has been exposed or if you've experienced a data breach at any one point. And if you do see that you have experienced a data breach, just make sure that all the sites that were exposed, make sure that your password is not the same as it was back then. Yeah, guys. So please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next episode.